A glance at photography, past to present. When people hear the word chemistry, they often think of chemicals and reactions. Throughout this year, we have learned that chemistry is much more than that. It's everywhere. Almost everything can be related to some aspect of chemistry. We chose to explore the chemistry in photography. Though there are many highlights in the field of photography, we chose to focus on three main inventions in its history, including the camera obscura, the daguerreotype, and the snapshot camera.
The world's first successful photograph was taken in the 1820s by Joseph Nicephore Niepce. His invention did not resemble what we think of a picture today. It's a metal plate about 5 inches wide and 4 inches tall, with a surface that is a mixture of dark and light areas. The dark areas were the original metal, and the light areas were created when a chemical was bleached, hardened, and exposed to light. According to many people, it took several days to make. Using the camera Joseph built, called the camera obscura, he took the picture in 1826 or 1827. No one is quite sure on the exact date. The camera obscura was a small portable box used when a painter pointed the camera at a scene. The scene was projected onto a screen of oiled paper or other translucent material, and then the artist would trace it. Even though he gets credit for having made the first camera and taking the first photograph, he had little influence on the development of the camera, and there were many other people experimenting in this same field. This invention uses light energy, which we briefly learned about in first semester, because when the energy from the light reaches the chemical, it changes its chemical appearance. This caused the atomic structure of the atoms and compounds to change.
The second invention we chose to research on was the daguerreotype, which is a type of photograph process. This was created by Louis Daguerre around 1833. His discovery was an image that was formed by light on a photosensitive material that could be produced in much less time. The image cannot be seen until it was developed or exposed to a chemical treatment that caused it to appear. Daguerre found out that the light would produce an image when exposed to iodized silver on a metal plate. If it came into contact with the mercury vapors, the image would appear and form a positive image. In 1837, Daguerre found a way to fix the image by rinsing the plate in a strong solution of sodium chloride. However, it was a delicate process, because if it were not correctly timed, or if the salt solution was not correctly mixed, the result of the image would turn out to light, dark, or unrecognizable. This represents a chemical reaction, because when the plate of iodized silver was placed in the solution of sodium chloride, the chemicals reacted with each other, which caused the image to stay. In second semester, we learned about all the different types of chemical reactions and how they work. This particular reaction would be considered a double replacement. However, there are more complex reactions going on at the same time, which is beyond our chemistry knowledge.
The third major invention we discovered was the Kodak snapshot camera. This was invented by George Eastman in the late 1880s. This was a major step in the field of photography, and outdated and improved all other inventions from the past. It was a small box that came with a standard lens that didn't need to be focused in order to produce a clear image. To take a picture, it would be pointed at the subject, and a string would need to be pulled to set the shutter in the ready position. Next, a button was pressed to release the shutter and take the picture. To take the next picture, a key would be needed to rotate, which would turn the film holder, advancing the roll of film to the next exposure. When the roll was finished, the camera was sent back to the Kodak company, where the film would be removed and developed. The film used in this new camera was very important. It was made of gelatin emulsion, which was applied to a long strip of transparent paper and rolled up on a spool and placed in the camera. This made it much easier and faster to develop prints. This invention relates to chemistry in a very complex manner, with many different chemical reactions and bonding. After this invention, there were many new improvements, which take us to the types of cameras we use today.
Photography and taking pictures is part of everyone's daily life. We all take cameras and photography for granted because most of us know nothing about the history. Most people also don't realize how hard it was for the inventors in the past to produce a photograph. Today, it is such a simple process for us because of the technology advancements. Photography is a way for teenagers to express themselves and capture once-in-a-lifetime moments. If these people hadn't discovered what they did, our lives today would be very different with how we take pictures. This year, our eyes have been opened to an array of topics we never thought we could relate to chemistry. We now understand how important chemistry is in everyone's daily lives, even if we don't realize it. Photography is an interest of both of us and has a lot to do with chemistry. Also, we now understand the past inventions in the field of photography and how far they have come to make it what it is today. Thank you. Created by Lauren Wani and Megan Larson.